What should agents do when mortgage rates drop? Okay. And that's where it gets crazy because a lot of people don't know what to do. And what they'll say is, I'm going to call all my active buyers and sellers right now. But the problem is, they just got two or three in mind. And the ones that are actively looking right now, or the ones that have just been on the fence, in all likelihood, they've been cultivating leads for a very long time, possibly a year or two. If they have any online lead sources like Zillow or pay-per-click type leads or anything like that, there's been tons of people who are just looking, okay? Which also means they're waiting. And most people have been waiting for interest rate drops. They've probably talked to tons of people that are interested in buying a home, but have used examples like I don't have enough of a down payment, or I can't afford it, or this, or interest rates are too high, or things like that. And there's also tons of people that have a home to sell that are staying put because of their current rate and are not buying because of the higher interest rates right now. So, believe it or not, almost everybody is waiting for the same reason. It's not the right time to sell or buy, or at least that's what they think. Why do people have this mindset? I don't know why humans are wired to not change, but it is so much easier to stay in our daily routine than it is to change. That's why people don't like to do things uncomfortable. That's why they always just do the same things every single day. And they just don't make those big changes they need to make. And that's true of all humans. It's certain ones are a little bit more self-aware of it than others, but they don't like to. So they don't want change. They don't want help because that represents change too. So please understand that almost everybody is not buying because they don't think it's the right time to do. So if we can start showing them that it might be the right time, it changes, right? So I want to show you a tool that all of our clients should use, all of our teams use. It's probably the most powerful tool we have, but it's a spreadsheet, so it bores people. But we call it our inventory pipelines. And what you can see here is we keep a list of all of the active buyer leads we have that have not signed a BAA or a buyer agency agreement of some sort with us. Okay. And that should be anyone that we have spoken to that's looking. Okay. And we're going to get their name. If you have a team, which agent on the team they're working with. If you're a solo agent, you don't need to worry about that. It's just all, have we got them pre-qualified with a lender yet? What city are they in? What source? I love to use this as a great opportunity to track where they came from. Was it my SOI? Was it an online lead source? Was it an open house? What was it? What their rough price target was. Maybe you'll know what listing they called on or things like that, getting an idea. And then just some sort of brief notes about where they are on status. This is something we must cultivate. Okay, because if we don't, we'll forget about 95% of them when interest rates drop. Because wouldn't it be easy to go into our CRM and actually contact every single one of these person via text, via email, via phone call, and let them know, hey, we just saw a substantial drop in rates. This may be the time, especially if I'm a seller. This might be the time you can get out and make that switch right now. It's a window. There's not a lot of inventory. We have a dropped rate. We are seeing buyer activity pick up dramatically. This could be the window. Because, if we wait till a spring or a summer or a selling season when everybody wants to do it, why do they want to do it then? Because they think it's the right time to do it. The other thing they think is it's not close to what time it is right now, so I don't have to do it. We are humans. We are innately lazy. We want to get through the day doing exactly what we did yesterday. We don't want any added work. So if we keep updating them and providing info. Hey, rates dropped. It shows we're watching. It shows we're treating them like a client. So we keep a tabulation of everybody that we think wants to buy. And if they have a house to sell first too, they're over here on my listing lead side. And again, so once a listing moves to an agreement, we move them up. And once that listing agreement that's signed goes active, we move them up to our active inventory. That means they're on the market. Don't have to worry about them so much. Not as much lead follow-up. That's a bird in the hand. Buyer side too. We got active buyer leads, but once rates drop, now we can move them up and try to get buyer agency agreements signed. Maybe we use houses to show as a reason to get them out to do that. But we have to keep a running total. Usually all we do is keep a total of our actives and our pendings. That's nothing we can do anything about. Like those are already under contract. We're not doing anything to get new business. So we have to have a funnel because it's like a boat going over a huge school of fish and you're a fisherman. When we see rates drop, we have to have all of our potential buyer leads ready, or it's like going over a school of fish with no fishing poles. So hurry, let's just throw some line in the water and maybe put some salami on the end of it. Maybe I'll catch one of them, as opposed to having a bunch of fishing poles ready. But if we don't stay organized with our lead follow-up, then all of a sudden we have nothing to fish with. So we have to have a big pool of people we know that are looking or buying. And maybe it's a quick phone call saying, hey, rates have just dropped. Do you want me to give you full realtor access to the MLS so you can start seeing listings? Because you're going to start seeing moving them faster. We are experiencing that. Maybe we, my team, everybody in my office, whatever. We are experiencing an uptick in activity. So I can give you full realtor access so that you can see these new listings right when they hit the market before they go to secondary IDX feeds like Zillow and things like that, because the homes that go there typically aren't the best priced and in the best condition or the most desirable, because that's a secondary feed. I want you to see it before all the real estate agents see it. So the minute a new listing hits the market, we're going to set up an immediate feed so it goes straight to them. And then we can get you into it in a hurry, because the best priced homes that everybody wants tend to go the fastest. So I want to give you full realtor access. And now you set them up on your listing e-alert drip. The MLS's listing e-alert drip. Everybody gets that for free through their MLS. Often most of your CRMs do it. And they need to be set instantaneously. Because we can just set all these guys up in a hurry, and all of a sudden they see that we're staying attentive. We're keeping them up to date. Don't think that they know when rates drop. Don't think they know when the mortgage rates drop. They don't. They hear it every freaking day. Every day. Rates drop 0.001%, and it's headline news these days. So they don't know when a significant drop happens. So be watching for that. Watch what happens to the 10-year Treasury bond yield. Watch what happens to the mortgage, the 30-year fixed rate as a result of it. That's what we should be looking for, not what the Fed Reserve Chairman says. Watch the yield. Does it move up and down? Are people buying and selling bonds? If you see that yield dropping, now your mortgage rate's dropping. It is tied directly to it. That makes sense? So that's what's very important. That means people are moving out, they're selling bonds, they're moving back into the stock market, that kind of thing. So we got to watch for that. And so we got to have our inventory pipelines ready. They need to be ready to go. We need to, and then that's when we shift gears and really take all of our lead generation for new business and get a little heavier on the lead follow-up side, because those are birds in a hand. They've heard from you at one point. It's an opportunity to start treating them like a client. They may not be ready now, but there could be another drop. And when there's another drop, it's something else to update them on. And now you're actually not just calling and saying, are you ready yet? Are you ready yet? You're actually giving them information showing that you're watching for them. And it's a way to move them a little bit closer to a signed buyer agency agreement or a signed listing agreement. It's great real estate relevance. Get those listing inventory pipelines built. We can have A leads, B leads, C leads if you want. An A lead is like an SOI, it's someone you know pretty well. A B lead might be someone that is just an online lead that you talked to multiple times or got to know. Maybe you got your buyer seller lead sheet all the way filled out with them and a little bit more. A C lead might be someone that you barely even communicated with, but it's worth an email. It's worth a text. Because I'm telling you, you send enough of those out there, it's pretty big. The more of them we can get set up onto listing e-alerts too, understand that's another way. Every time a new listing hits, is an email from you to them, shows you're working for them. And that's autopilot every single time. So what we're trying to do is get them into that client vortex where we're doing work for them. And if we're doing work for them, they feel obligated to some degree, depending on the amount of work. And they actually see that you're the one who's working for them, that you're the one who's on top of it. You make it very easy them to reply to your text, reply to your email, reply to whatever communication method they used when they want to see something. But that's what we have to do, lead follow-up. It's a huge percentage of the real estate business out there. And it's how we demonstrate our value before they actually agree. So you hear people like saying, man, I have a hell of a time getting these buyer agency agreement signs. Well, it's because you haven't done the work up front. It's real easy when you've done a ton of work. It's not what you say. It's not your script. It's not your dialogue. It's what you do and show and demonstrate. So we have to be following up, doing the work, proving the relationship ahead of time. Crucial, absolutely crucial. So again, listing inventory pipelines, when rates drop, we got to be building that up. We got to stretch our brain and keep maintaining it for when there's a big shift in interest rates.